Hello, welcome to American TESOL Presents Free Friday webinars every Friday. I come to you usually from Stuttgart, Germany, but today from Istanbul, from the ISTech conference. Please invite friends. We talk about different ways to help your learners speak English at all levels and also at various ages. Currently, I have been teaching adult and young learners in Germany, but I also teach online as well. I've also had many years of experience teaching adults. These are the link that I just shared is for all of the recordings. Hi, so if you've missed any of the webinars, that's okay. You can access them for free. And this is free every Friday, so please bring a friend. Usually I share resources. Today's resource actually comes from my wiki, and I'll show you how I use that. But I'll screen share that in a little bit. But the great thing about a wiki is a free website that you can create for teachers, and it's a way that I communicate with parents. So a majority of the things that I use for young learners, we just started, actually started right now because I'm in Turkey. For the ISTech conference. And we're going to talk about finger plays. How many of you work with young learners and use finger plays? So if you use finger plays and work with young learners, go ahead and type that in the chat box. And if you don't know what a finger play is, that's okay, because we'll cover what a finger play is. Finger play is basically you get to play with your fingers. So of course you can see how young learners would be very excited to do this. But they're very popular, famous finger plays. They're like songs, and then you use your fingers to play with them. I'm really sorry if you are from Greece, because I know putting up all my fingers is not very kosher, but it's the way that I can show you how to do finger plays, so sorry about that. Okay, so Erica has used them. Well, I figure, Erica, you probably would since you're a teacher trainer in Hungary, so that's fantastic. Okay, so these are a little bit out of order, but the first thing that I want to talk about is why use finger plays. Finger plays are great because they, especially with young learners often need breaks. And the reason they need breaks is because they're usually very hyper. Usually when I get my young learners, they're coming from school, so their English is after school in Germany. And often they're very restless. It's time for their nap. Sometimes they get a little cranky. If you're playing a game and they're so excited, finger plays are very calming activities because you usually sit and you sit with your legs crossed and you sit around in a circle, and this is the best way for you to do the finger plays. That way the students can see you do the finger plays, and you can begin to introduce the characters because there are characters that come with the finger plays. So it's very calming. You can use finger plays at any interval. So I suggest after games. That's a great way. When you're starting a class, usually you may have where you all sit around and then you introduce each other. You have an introduction song, and that's a great way to introduce the vocabulary as well, is you come with the finger play. Now, some of you have indicated that you do not know what a finger play is. So we're going to sing a very, very famous finger play. Remember, it's a song with your fingers. Oh, I have my ring on. Maybe I should take that off. Okay, see if you can do this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the finger play, and I'm going to hum it, but I'm not going to say the words. And then you tell me if you know this finger play, if you can recognize it. You can type it in the chat. So, Aubrey, very, very, very good. The Itsy Bitsy Spider, one of the most famous finger plays ever. So very fantastic. Okay, so you notice how this was the spider. So you get the kids, you would have the kids remember in a circle, and they would watch you. And then you would introduce the characters. You say the spider, and you have all the kids do this. Make sure that their hand movements are right, because usually the kids may try to do this. This is what I found when they were doing it. So you want to make sure that they do it correctly, and then do it in slow motion. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Sometimes they call it the incy wincy spider. There's different versions, so I'll show you where to do it. Down came the rain. And so you show them the gestures. It's first important that they get the gestures. And then you can introduce the characters and the words. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But these are the reasons why you use finger plays. But that's a very common finger play. Total physical response. If you've done teacher training before, working with young learners, even adults, you realize that most English language learners, they learn a lot by doing things with their hands, associating vocabulary, actions, total physical response. Then they tend to learn a lot about ways to connect their physical body with vocabulary, and then they remember it. Because they're able to do songs, they're able to learn English songs, they're very catchy, so they can practice them at home. And this is a great way to get parents involved. In fact, it was my parents who told me, please include the words to the finger plays. We want to play them at home with our children. So, and of course, the main reason is because they're a lot of fun. Kids love them. And I would say this is more for young learners. This isn't really something that you may want to do with teenagers or something like that, because most of them are made for young learners. And what I'm talking about is anywhere from, you can even do from, I've used it with my 2-year-olds, I teach 2-year-olds, to all the way to about 9 or 10, I think is probably the cap on that. Introduce the characters with a felt board. Often I'll put on my felt board, I'll put spiders, and then, you know, after they see the spider, for example, so we have the felt board. This is what a felt board looks like. They're very cheap to make. All you need is a cardboard box, and then you can wrap it around in felt. You can have the kids, you don't have to make these felt characters. You can have the kids make them. And while they're making them, then you're learning the vocabulary. You learn, for example, the incy spider. You learn the spider. You have the kids do the spider. And then you do the hand gesture. Okay, this is our spider. You can point to your felt board, and then you can introduce the spider. So it's good for them to see first what the characters look like, because they may not be familiar with this. So this way you associate the hand gesture after. But it's good to introduce the characters. Felt boards are a fantastic way. And you can do sequencing with the felt board. So usually, like, I'll have the spider, then I have a picture of the water spout, then I have the picture of the sun, and I have a picture of the rain. So then we associate. Okay, so the rain, how can we do rain? What does rain look like? And see if the kids can come up with a gesture. It doesn't always have to be the gesture that's there, but there are already usually gestures associated, so it's probably good to do the common ones. And then see if the kid will come up with this as rain. So it's really wonderful when they get to guess, you know, what would be the gesture. Or you can play a guessing game like I did with you. If your students are familiar, if you've already introduced it once, because finger plays you can do consistently. You can do them in many times. It's great to repeat, especially for young learners and kids, to repeat them in subsequent classes. So one of the things you may want to do is do what I did at the beginning, where I said, okay, so which finger play are we going to do today? And see if they can guess, like I made you guess. And then, you know, the kids will love that. If they can guess it right, then, you know, it's very exciting for them. So that's one way. Another way to introduce characters is also, if you Google the characters, often you will find, especially if you do very popular ones, like the Incy Spiders, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, 5 Little Monkeys, and we'll see some other ones. There's so many. There's about 100 of them, and I'll show you where to find them and how to do them in the sites that have hand gestures. But if you Google them by name, then often you will find websites where they will give you the characters, little costumes put on the finger for the characters. And what I mean is, okay, so let's look at the very, very first picture again. You see this picture where it's the little monsters. Well, usually you can have the kids create little things like that where it's, oops, okay, so this thing isn't working well. Okay, so you can have them create those, and it's a lot of fun. So it really catches the learner's interest. And, you know, when they're making them and they're drawing them, then they're learning the vocabulary. So, for example, with the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you could, the 5 little cats, then they usually have like 5 little cats. You can buy these in stores as well. You can have your own characters. You can make them with the felt. But I always think it's better when the kids make it because it's less prep time for you. And because then the kids get to learn that vocabulary while they're making them. But a lot of times you can find templates if you just Google. So that's what I do. Have the kids draw them. This is my student. And can you guess which famous finger play she's drawing there? The character she is drawing for that one. Finger plays are actually very, very good for also introducing themes. So I like to teach by themes. Oh, that's fantastic. You must be doing it through the app. Can anyone guess this one? Okay, so you have to use 10 fingers. I have one more picture of what this looks like. Can anyone guess with this picture? Oh, I see Erica typing. Okay, she may have gotten it. It goes, This one is actually my favorite one, and it's great to introduce parts of the body. So if we're doing the theme parts of the body, this is usually what I use. Oh, it's Lisa wants to know, okay, so this one is a very famous one. It goes like this. Where is Thumbkin? Where is Thumbkin? Here I am. And this one you get to use different voices, so that's really fantastic. How are you today, sir? How are you? Run away, run away. And so this one's fantastic because you get to hide the characters behind your back. And I'll show you what it looks like in a minute, and you'll get to see them. Yeah, sometimes there's different words, and I'll show you where to get the words. So for this one, well, it's parts of the body, and it's their hands. So I had them draw their hands, and then with the hands, they got to make each character they created for themselves. So you can see they drew the character. Okay, so have them draw them in papers. Sometimes they draw each other's hands. So that, to make it more interesting, I have them draw on each other's hands. Always use non-toxic colors because, yes, they will draw on themselves, and this is perfectly fine. In fact, I get them, another way is I get them to draw on me. So once again, if you're from Greece, I'm really sorry about this, but I couldn't find the picture where they exactly drew on me. I tweeted it once. But often, I'll have the kids actually come up and you can see my thumb there, they'll draw on my fingers. And kids love to draw on the teacher's fingers. So each kid gets a character, and each kid can make that character. So drawing Mr. Thumbkin, then one kid can draw that. And so the kids, this is a great way. They can draw the cats, the monkeys, things like that. I think as a young learners teacher, you have to be able to know that you're going to get messy. And the more you get used to that and you're comfortable and okay with that, you're going to have a lot of fun with the kids. Have it draw on each other. Usually the parents don't mind if you let them know ahead of time. And as long as you make sure the crayons and the markers are washable and they're non-toxic, that's very, very important. So then you make it hands-on. Blaberize them. Now I actually have to show you my screen. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do a screen share. So for a little bit, you're not going to see me. And this is what a Babblerize is. Babblerize is a free website. What it allows you to do is it allows you to upload any drawing, any of the kids' drawings as well, and then, or pictures, and you can put mouths on them and record something. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So this is the drawing that I made, and notice how I did each finger. I named all the fingers, the thumb, the pointer, the middle, the ring, and the pinky. Okay, the students love this, and then I share it on the wiki because this is a free site for teachers and for students. You can put it with your students as well. And then this way, your parents have access to this as well, and they can tell what this is about. They can tell what you're teaching them, and then they're excited to send their children to you because you have shared with them what you're doing in your classroom. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see this great free website. Oops. Well, now you can see my PowerPoint. Okay, so let me go ahead and, oh, okay, share the screen. It's my Twitter on screen. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is my wiki, and this is the Babblerize that I made. It's embedded on my free website, the wiki. So hopefully you can hear this. It's like a little video, so you'll see. And yes.
Now we are going to sing, Where is Thumbkin? Please show me your thumb. Go. Where is Thumbkin? Where is Thumbkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you this morning? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Can you show me your pointer thing?
Okay, so then it goes on where you can hear the different things. Okay, so let me show you how I have this. There's actually finger place is on my wiki, and I will share the website with you in a little bit. You can see it on the side as well. They just click finger place, the parents, and then they know this is where they'll find all the finger place. Now, I chose to put it online, and the reason why I chose to put it online is because my parents said, well, we want to know the words for this, and I found that if I showed them videos and stuff, then they would be able to do this with their children. So what I do is, this is a free website. Once again, you can go to pbworks.com and make sure you get the educator account. There's no, there's templates, so it's really easy to set up. And these are some of the finger plays that we do. We have 5 little monkeys, Where's Thumbkin, the Incy Wincy Spider, and then the parents can do this at home. So you saw my Babblerize. You can also do that with the kids. You can do the 5 little monkeys, the little cats. I mean, there's so many that you can do. Okay, so now they click here, and I like to show a video. Usually I try to get the wiggles if I can, whatever's on YouTube, because you can embed YouTubes on your wikis and stuff like that. This one is from Mother Goose. And now I'm going to play this for you, this video, because I want you to be able to see what the parents see. This is what the parents see, so that way they can play this with their kids at home.
Where are those thumbs of mine? Where is Thumbkin? Where is Thumbkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run and play. Run and play. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well.
Okay, so there you saw what it looked like, and this is what the parents see as well. I also put the lyrics and the sing-along, so I'm going to show you what this is as well. Let's see if this is a great site. This is called Kiddos, and then you can play the song in the background. So the parents can click this, they can play the song, and it doesn't come out with the words, but then they have the words here. And they even have the gestures, and you can find all sorts of the finger plays on this website. So I will share all of this with you. so that way you can see for your stuff as well. So that was going to be the next part where I was going to say put it in the wiki. Okay. I'm very transparent with my parents. I really believe that, you know, when we show what we're doing in the class, the parents tend to be on our side. They tend to really, really enjoy what we do and appreciate us more as teachers. They can see all the work that you put into it. So I think it's really important to share what you're doing in the classroom. Okay, so the blabberize is really cool. How many of you like the blabberize? And you can do that with pretty much any drawing, so that's really fantastic. And notice how it's a recording of my voice, but the kids too, you can have the kids record their own voices as well. You can upload it later. So usually what I do, because if you've been to these webinars, you know I do it mobilely a lot of times. So I take my mobile phone, and you can have any kind of mobile phone. You don't have to have an iPhone, but you just use the recording feature. You record the audio of the kids singing, and then you can upload it later to the Babblerise. Same thing with the scanning. What I do is I scan their pictures, then later, I don't do this in the classroom because we don't have enough computers, but then they can go at home, and then with their parents, I say, okay, it's going to be on the wiki later, then this is a great way to get them to go look at the wiki and to say, hey, okay, well, we're here. Let's listen to the other songs. Let's sing along. Let's go ahead and do the finger play. So I really like wikis for that. Here are some famous ones. The Incy Spider was the first one. Then Where's Thumpkin? That's actually, it should be Five Little Cats. Sometimes it's called Five Little Monkeys as well. Grandma's Glasses. Grandma's Glasses is really good. So finger plays don't always have to be here. They can do all kinds of things. You say, I'm putting on Grandma's glasses, and then they get to make little glasses. There's another really famous one that you might know. Open, oh, open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap. Clap, clap. I'm probably singing that a little wrong since I'm kind of trying to hurry it a little bit here. But there's so many things you can do. Now, the open shut them is one of the ones that you use to teach the students, the young learners, what to do with their hands. You teach them commands this way. So it's a great way, instead of saying, okay, we need to put our hands in our laps now, or we need to be quiet. It's a great way to do a finger play instead, because this is a fun way to get students to listen to you. Okay, so those were some of the great ways that you could use finger plays in your classroom. I'm going to go ahead and share some of the websites. So this was the kiddos one. And then let me share with you some of the finger plays that, let's see. Okay, so let me share with you the blabberize.com. So maybe that's something that you would be very interested in, to digitalize your finger plays. And then I'm going to share with you also my wiki, which you're more than welcome to copy along here. Now, okay, so does anybody have any questions, or would anybody like to say how they use finger plays, or if they think finger plays are something that they might use with their students? And all of you have, I'm giving you the mic, so if any of you would like to add some of your finger plays that you have heard, some of the ones that you really enjoy a lot as well, please let me know. And you do have the mic, so all you have to do is go to the top and then click the green microphone, and you'll be able to use the mic. And I believe everyone has a microphone. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, fantastic. Oh, you haven't? Are you sure? Well, you don't have to use finger puppets. Like I was showing earlier, you can use the finger puppets. I find them a lot now in Germany. In fact, I try to pick up little cute ones. I'm in Istanbul, so I forgot to bring the ones that I usually have. But you can draw them. See, I draw them. Sometimes I draw them on my hand. The students do. Um, there's one for the spider, the Incy Wincy spider that I like a lot. Actually, I'm going to try to Google that and show it because it actually will show you the, with the spider one. Let's see. They have a little spider that goes with it. So I'm going to see if I can find this one because if you find this, then this would be, if you usually do template, then it'll show you how to do this. Oh, okay, so let's see. And they also have it for, okay, enchantedlearning.com. This is the one that has like little finger puppets and things like that. So let me go ahead and show you this. I'll screen share this. Oh, okay, Mr. Biggle and Mr. Bagwell. I haven't heard that one. Has anyone seen that one? So Nico says, I once heard Mr. Biggle and Mr. Bag. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again so you can see what the templates usually look like. Okay, so if you go to enchantedlearning.com, usually you can find finger puppets. Here's one for elephants. Erica was talking earlier about Jack and Jill. And I shared that link inside the webinar box. So then you just click on there, and there you go. You can print it out. You see right here the little circles. Those little circles is where the children would put their fingers. And then they can learn how to do it. And that's what they usually look like. They have one for this Incy Wincy spider. Here's Humpty Dumpty. That's another really, really famous one. See, you have little Humpty Dumpty, and then you just cut out the little holes for the fingers. So it's fantastic for the kiddos. You have different types of dinosaurs. So usually if you type, and you can see this right here. Actually, let me show you this close-up of the Humpty Dumpty. So you can see here. And these are really easy for you to make as well. So, I mean, you can actually draw spiders, or you can draw the 5 monkeys, and then you can go ahead and you can find this. So I'm going to do puppets, because this is what it is, and I'll share with you the link inside the chat box, so you have all of these links. Okay, let me stop sharing this, and then I'll go back. Okay, so that's where the puppets are. Yes, and finger plays, once again, finger play it actually can be a finger puppet story, like Aniko was saying, but it's usually a short song that you sing. Okay, let's see, let's get back. And if you need anything, all you have to do is you can email me. And we will have this recording up very, very, very soon at this website. So let me show you where the video recordings are. And just visit the wiki, and then you can see all the ones that I do. I haven't been very good at updating lately, but I'll try it as soon as I finish these conference rounds. So thank you all so much for spending your Friday with me. I will see you next Friday about the same time. You can email me. It's shellyterrell@gmail.com. Oh, thank you, Erica. And then when you email me, oh, that's a great question. So Faisal is asking, how do you use it to teach the alphabet? Let me see if there is, that's a great one. I'll tweet that to you, the link to one that's for the alphabet. But I mean, one way you can do it is if you do every single day of the week. I mean, I know some teachers, if you go to enchantedlearning.com, they have this fantastic alphabet book. And so each day the students get to it's this huge alphabet book they work on. So they do A, and after they color the A, then they have to draw things that are associated with A. They can do things like, of course, apple. They name things that they know with A because you always want to see what the students already know. And then you can introduce vocabulary that way. And then if you just look at the link that I showed with different finger play, then you can introduce a finger play with the letter A. So you have I, Incy Wincy Spider, you have Humpty Dumpty, that's H, Jack and Jill, J. So every single part of your alphabet book or that theme for the day, if it's A, then you can introduce a finger play that's associated with that vocabulary word. So I hope that helps. Oh, thank you, Ayat. Yeah, and sometimes Twitter is the best way for me to do it, and also through Facebook, because, and you can always follow me on Facebook as well, if you don't have a Twitter account, and it's Shelly Terrell. And I usually put notes up there, and I also put, also like if I have any links or anything that I have to share. Or you can follow me at Shell Terrell on Twitter. That address that I showed, we'll have that. And this is it. And this is where all the videos are. Oh, you're welcome. And I think Marcia is saying that are you accessing from the mobile app? There is a free Adobe Connect mobile app. It looks like this. Let's see if I can show you. So if you happen to have an iPhone, I'm sorry, I don't know if it works with Android, but it's the very, very top one in the corner. It has little people, and it's free, and you just enter the room number, and when you enter the room, the link to the room, you can see American TESOL, AdobeConnect.com. Click Next, and then you can hear me on your phone, and this is free. So if you're ever out driving about and anything like that, then you're more than welcome to join that way. Well, thank you for sharing your Friday with me, and I will see you next Friday, not from Istanbul, but from the UK. And we will talk about using telephones to teach English in your classroom. And you don't have to have a fancy iPhone. You can have any of the phones that your students bring into class, and we'll talk about how you can get parents to be excited about this.